Good evening, YouTube. This is Kenya Lynham here for another short movie night review. All right, number 163. Movie night review number 163. The movie is called Skin and Bone. Get into this short film. Um, okay, so there is a stranger or a person. I'm not really sure what you call him. He's like a straggler, you know what I'm saying? He's from road to road. But anyway, he meets up with the star in the show here. And she's like, she has a farm and she's minding her own business and all that. So he's asking if, he can work for a little bit of room and board, just to make it on to the next or whatnot. And no one's saying anything. He's not really asking. And I think that might be the click sound on this movie, but he starts to have these visions while he's there helping. He has visions and he has these people saying these things to him. So it appears to be like entities or ghosts. It appears to be. I'm not sure if it's on the other side so far up in there or not, because you see the animals and you start to recognize that they like to speak to him in these visions. All right. So the star of the movie, Amanda, she's she's tending to her own and she likes to sing, and he walks up on her and they get into a small oddness because he starts to roam on her property in regards to her ancestors who have passed. And he starts to say that it's kind of strange, but she needed to recognize why he was odd in gesture for a moment. And she gave it to him that he's a loser. Okay. So, and weak. Okay. So I'm not sure. Loser is my word. Her word is weak. And he just didn't like it in that manner, but he didn't say anything. So that's just me. But anyway, an hour or so later on the movie itself, I would say just a few minutes later, he's turned into a goat. Okay. Nobody sees it. He has this weapon in his hand, the rifle. The visions and the voices are telling him to use it on her and the horseman. And he says, use it on himself, the horse, to do it. All right. And her. As soon as he gets ready to do it to her, and it already seems like he did it to the horse, but he turned into a man. Okay. But as soon as he was getting ready to do it to her, she said, stop. She says, stop. All right. And he's now a goat. And the way you recognize that is that he has a glass eye or some kind of gray symptom or something on his eye. Okay. So all in all, I'm going to talk about philosophies on this short movie film review. And this is the reason why. Nobody just walks up to people. Everybody pays attention to their own thing. It's almost recognized as a fallacy because people who, almost like don't mind their business, they regard themselves as strangers until a man comes up and says that he's the same one. If they fight over nothing, then people always recognize the guy with the eye problem or the solution to it. They always recognize him as the liar and they just kind of keep to their own selves. But in philosophy, you always understand the higher on the heel, which is her ancestor and the burial that she did, or that is that, and it's women. Okay. And he says, there's a lot of women, ain't no room for men. Okay. So anytime we hear that type of thing, that there's no room for men or that women are taking over, or you're just not settled down enough to resolve an issue You're just not settled down enough to resolve an issue because it's meant. Now, philosophy is philosophy. And the ones that are the visions and those are the ones that are passing by. So if you recognize strangers a lot, they're always passing us by. Okay? And nothing is ever over our head. So that is, as soon as you see that they don't have a house and they're talking, the talking is an alert because people are really trying to themselves in a manner or situation of a man. The minute they start talking about it, the syndrome is when a child girl starts to say, hey, look at your life. Okay. That's when that starts to happen. That means he doesn't recognize anything about who he is. Okay. So, all in all, just kind of mind your business. Do what it is that you have to do. The world is always going to be the world, but it's not ever going to turn for you unless you really keep to yourself more than what it is that you do. Okay? So, like, pay attention to you, understand you. If you are a horse person that passes people by, if you pass people by too much, you're the horse person anyway. The worst person. That's almost what that sounds like. The horse person, the worst person. It only does a man when he wants to be a man. Not no cutting somebody up, saying that there's too many women in your category. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't, if it's that lady, he doesn't respect something. And I don't know if it's the age or the color of the hair, but there's something he doesn't like. And she does say it, and it does happen that he's a goat person, but not a goat. Because something about the goats are on the bill. Okay. Yeah. So philosophy is philosophy. Another thing, if we are to say the golden rule is always the golden rule, yes, it's not the Golden Gate Bridge. Those are the only ones that say that right when that's being said.